Hi everybody, this is Alchemist 2 and I'm back again with another book review. This time I am reviewing a graphic novel by Craig Thompson. It's called Habibi, and Habibi in Arabic means my beloved. The only reason I know this is because I have a plethora of friends from Egypt and Jordan, Israel, Palestine, Turkey, and I even have one from Syria. And going off a little bit on topic, I'm very concerned for all my friends in that area because it's really horrible. And I don't I don't want to think too much about it or I'm going to start crying. But I pray for them every day, and I ask that they would be protected by angels and have good vibrations surround them, a protective force that will keep them from harm. And I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that. But on to my topic. Habibi. This is a gorgeous book. It is really magnificently illustrated. And on the cover, you can see Dodala and Zam. And Dodala is on the left and Zam is on the right. And of course, Zam is black. Dodala is kind of she and Zam, they are brought together by I guess you could call it fate. I don't know if you could call it uh, cruel fate, but she and Zam, when they were young, were both in different situations. Zam, his mother, she she was a slave. Well, they were all slaves in the desert, and he was left for dead. And of course, his captors, they were going to kill everybody in that area, including him. And Dodala, her name means rain goddess, which you figure out that in the book, and I'm not going to tell the story behind that because that'll ruin a very huge plot point. Same thing with Zam. His story is similar to uh, Ishmael's story in the Quran, which I thought was extremely intriguing, having read the Quran myself. And I love religious texts. I truly do, because I feel that they're all connecting us in one common thread as human beings. And I don't think that there is a contention between religions. It's just one thing that does is fundamentalism. That's where I'm going to stop with that because I don't want to get myself blamed. Um, but this story itself, it combines Christianity and Islam. And I really thought it was beautiful, just achingly lovely in the way it's illustrated, and the poignant stories that Dodala and Zam have, uh, being apart, growing up in their different areas, and having gone through um, different circumstances. I won't say what those different circumstances are, because many of them in the book, it's as a woman, for me, it was very heartrending to read. But uh, the illustrator and writer, he didn't spare any expense. He actually doesn't sugarcoat it, which I think is rather the right way to tell a story, rather than say, oh, it didn't really happen and this really doesn't exist. That's not true. It's just a culture, and I understand that. Um, anyway, it's a love story as well. It's one of the most wondrously told love stories that I have ever read, other than Tristan and Isolde, among others. Um, Actually, a lot of the Greek mythological love stories I absolutely adore. Um, but this one ranks high on my list as well. I think that Christians should read this as well as those who follow Islam, because it interweaves both understandings in such a way that you can see that there is a there's a connecting element. That would be Abraham. Um, and coincidentally enough, my devotion for Lent was about Abraham. So I was thinking about that and I thought, huh, that's intriguing. And like I said in my earlier review, there's no such thing as coincidence. But I think that this book itself is very important and it's timeless. And I'm just going to see if I could find an illustration. Of course, there are some sex scenes that are illustrated within it as well, but it's not done in such a way that you would think it is perverse. It's actually more artistic than anything. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite parts. But if I show it, it'll actually give away one of the plot points, and I'm not going to do that. Talk about Ishtar, the Babylonian goddess. And, of course, Zam's decision. It's very interesting what he does to himself. And there are many stories within here. The Hand of Fatima, Miriam. What is it? Was it the Hand of Fatima or the Hand of Miriam? Nobody knows. Let me see if I can find one of the illustrations that I really like here. No, all of them I really enjoy. When she's telling him stories in the boat. Yeah. Just wonderful. Really tremendous artwork, and the attention to detail is just tremendous. It truly is a stellar book, and it's meticulously crafted. And I know it took a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. And one of the things I really liked best about the book, other than the stories themselves, because I do so love a good story, is the very end, the translation of Bismillah, which is the protecting name of God. Notes to the Arabic text, which thankfully, since I can't read Arabic, this really helps. And at the end, it has a snippet about Craig Thompson, and I didn't know anything about him, so this was really fascinating, I thought. It says, Craig Thompson was born in Traverse City, Michigan in 1975 and raised in rural Wisconsin, of all places. Thinking about writing this. Yeah, that's ironic. His 3 previous books, Goodbye Chunky Rice, Blankets, and Carnet de Voyage, have garnered numerous awards, it looks like humorous, excuse me, and been published in nearly 20 languages. He's lived in Portland, Oregon for the past 15 years. And of course, I'll show you what Mr. Thompson looks like. And it truly is a book worth getting. I know it's a little expensive. I popped $40 out of my... Actually, it was $35, but I paid $40 and I got money back. But it was well worth my money to get this graphic novel because it is really just ravishing in the way that it depicts everything and weaves such a just a magical yarn and the way that they understand. I really like their methodology and just how reverent they are. They truly are reverent people, and I have a lot of respect for them for that. So, as a rating, as far as books are concerned, I would definitely give it 5 stars because it's above and beyond many of the books I've read, and it's unique. So it's a good read, and you cannot put it down. It's excellent. Check it out.